We always undermine distraction as a little issue. Distraction is not a little issue. When distraction piles on itself, it will lead you to a place from where achieving something becomes virtually impossible. This unconscious grabs into that. Now, what you try to do is use your conscious mind, the surface level of your mind, to try to control this unconscious layer of your mind, which is already gone there. That is why you cannot control distraction, because distraction is a very destructive and a very potent force which is directed by an element of your mind that you have not seen or addressed. Hello, everybody. Welcome back once again. Just completed my run. Let me sit here for a while so that we can talk a bit more. So, today I want to talk about a topic that is distraction. Just while I was running, I saw two young people sitting over here and doing something on their mobile phone. If through the path that I travel to reach my home, if I take a sample of, say, let's say, 50 odd people, I can guarantee you around 41 of those people would be on their phones. So I thought of creating this video on very important topic, that is distraction. I know there are a lot of methods and a lot of techniques that people use to try to get rid of distraction. They do different things. They try different techniques. Sometimes I see people even changing their diet so that they are not distracted much. All that is fine, and let me be honest, all of that helps to a certain extent. But let me tell you a very simple thing, or let me rather discuss with you a very simple thing. Oh my god, this battery is going. I'll continue this video after this break. Hey, I'm very sorry guys, yesterday when I was recording this video, my phone battery died, so I couldn't record it. So this is the continuation of the topic that I wanted to discuss with you. If there's a little bit of hitch there, don't mind it. Additionally, there may be some noise that may be coming because today my the battery of my AirPods is gone, and one of it is the left hand side AirPod is working, but if it doesn't work, there may be some kind of little bit of disturbance in the voice. But so if the quality of the sound is not up to the mark, please don't mind it. The quality of what is being said, well, you can be the judge of it. So what we were talking about yesterday was distraction. So as I said, I might have shown you the video as well of two people watching their phones. So what I'm saying is, the fundamental mistake that we have done, and I have never seen any education system addressing this, is to see distraction in a very new light. What I mean by that is, see, whenever the term distraction comes in the mind, and by the way, I don't think there's anyone who is watching this video who doesn't have this problem of distraction. You want to do something, but you get distracted. You are trying to do something, achieve something, and somebody says something about it or about you, you get distracted. So what happens is, generally, every human being doesn't give the word distraction the respect it deserves. We always undermine distraction as a little issue. Distraction is not a little issue. When distraction piles on itself, it will lead you to a place from where achieving something becomes virtually impossible. See, the fundamental center of our action here, whatever, is our mind, right? What gets distracted, who gets distracted, is our mind or something in our mind. So what is that something that gets distracted? You see, in in the way very human beings operate, the general operating mode of human beings is one where his or her mind functions in two levels. So the best way to explain this is to give you an example of an iceberg. I'll flash an image of an iceberg here. As you can see, there are two levels to this iceberg. One is inside water and the other part is on the surface of the water. Where most people operate is on the surface level of the water. But the deepest, most potent aspect of this iceberg, and by comparison our minds, is the unconscious. So this unconscious mind is the strongest aspect of our mind. And in this unconscious, there are genetic recordings, there are biological conditionings, there are identifications of which you are not aware about. If you call yourselves, that you belong to a particular religion, your identities are rooted there. So that is the most potent aspect of your mind. And in a very weird way, this deep aspect of your mind has a mind of its own. So when you are doing something and suddenly something comes up and you go there, what has happened is, I told you there are two levels to your mind. What happens is this unconscious grabs into that. Now what you try to do is use your conscious mind, the surface level of your mind, to try to control this unconscious level of your mind which is already gone there. That is why you cannot control distraction, because distraction is a very destructive and a very potent force which is directed by an element of your mind that you have not seen or addressed. Of course, you can have certain kind of willpower and not get distracted in that moment, but because you have not organically addressed it, that distraction will take a different phase and try to express it somewhere else, right? Now, so how do you come to a place where you don't get distracted? Well, you have to start seeing distraction as a very you have to stop trying to control distraction. First thing is, because the more you try to control it, the more you go there into a place that you don't want. So the sure short way to bring you into a zone where your mind is totally one pointed and not distracted is by addressing these unconscious layers of mind. And that happens, the best way to do that is to force yourselves into uncomfortable situations. That is why you will see these sports people, these top class athletes, whether it be some Olympics sport or some group sports or whatever, what happened, why they are the way they are, how they can achieve that epitome of performance is because they have pushed themselves into uncomfortable situations, and in a way they have forced their unconscious layers of your mind to come forth, and then they have pushed themselves beyond this unconscious force of mind. So that is why they can wake up at 4 o'clock, 3:50, then they can start running, then they will do something, then they achieve a level which people can only dream of, because they have forced themselves into situations where people are afraid to go. The best example of this is David Goggins, if you have seen him. That is what he has done. Whether he knows it or not is a completely different question. But what he has done is, he always tries to go to a place where his mind is afraid to go, where other people are afraid to go. In that sense, what they realize is, oh, I am bigger than the force of distraction beneath me. So what I said in the beginning is that the unconscious force of distraction is a very big force in your mind, and it should not be ignored. But putting yourselves into uncomfortable situations will make you realize that you are even bigger than your distractions. Then distraction won't mean anything. What are going to be those uncomfortable situations? Well, it varies from person to person. Every human being, what are like 8 billion people on the planet, every single one of them has a very different space that he is uncomfortable in going, and that is precisely where he or she needs to go. I will make it a point on this channel to, you know, bring about those situations where you can put yourselves into and get rid of elements of your mind, or incorporate the elements of your mind that you don't like, right? So that is one thing we are going to do on this channel. And you know, if you join this channel, if you subscribe, so what we'll do is, even if someone of you wants to go into this deeply, we can do that as well. But I hope you understood the fundamental point that I wanted to relay. It is very important that you see the scary aspects of your mind, because once you see those scary aspects and henceforth realize that you are bigger than the scary parts of you, you become a completely different human being, which you never thought you wanted to be. But you will be very ecstatic and elated when you realize that that is what you have become. In a weird way, life is like an Olympic sport, don't you think? Every single day you have to challenge yourselves and prove yourselves that you are bigger than those challenges. And I guess that is where the whole progress lies. So I hope this video gave you some insights into all of these things. I'll make it a point to create videos like this, right? And we are going to travel soon. We are going to do a lot of more things on this channel in a very organic and free-flowing kind of way. So if you are new here, it would mean the world to me if you would subscribe. I hope with whatever I share on this channel, you will benefit in one way or the other. Alright, so I have done my run. I thought of sharing this video, a quick and you know, what do you call it, an impromptu video. So alright then, I'll see you in the next one.